Things just don't make any sense, and it will never make any sense. Let me check the audio. I actually can't check the audio with this one. I just have to try the earbuds. Don't tell me it's not public yet. Yeah, it's public. Okay, let's check now. I think it's gonna be alright. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Any static noise? With this mic, is it okay? Better? Hello, 1, 2, 3. No, it got. Absolutely. Okay, 17 people. I was just setting things up. I apologize that I wasn't here. I really apologize. Purple, hello. Welcome to my live stream where I read scary stories and chat with you guys. Is my audio okay? Is my audio all... Is it echoing? Can you confirm if my audio is okay? Welcome, Kian's back, boys. Welcome, Purple. Welcome, everyone. A lot of... I know, dogs are barking. They're fighting, basically. Can you hear that? I'm about to read some stories, but I'm just taking some time. By the way, I'm subscribed. Thank you very much. Hello, 1, 2, 3. I'm just setting things up. Bear with me. Yeah, my views are going down, I know. It's okay. I'm having some technical issues, I think. Let me put my glasses on. Okay. So, are you guys new here? I think you are. Okay, it seems fine now. Okay, so it's glitching. Oh man. I can't start reading if I'll keep having issues. I apologize. And thank you for your patience. As you can see, the title says that I'm gonna read some stories. Where are you from? Kian's Bag Boys and Purple? I'm still here. I'm still here. Where did he go? What do you mean by that? I'm still here. Are you talking about the other guy? I think he's still here. Thank you very much. You guys really helped. I really need help before even starting the stories. So let's just start reading one story because I don't. Then what do you mean, counts boy? It's okay, right? Okay, thank you very much. Let me make a poll, okay? I always do that. I'm gonna my nanny. You're going to your nanny? Is that what you're saying? 4 likes. Feels amazing. Name. Okay. Okay, just chill me. But just call me Kian. Okay, so Kian. That's a nice name, Kian. I was calling your whole name, your channel name. Okay, Kian. Are you interested in horror stories? Jenny, I subscribed and liked. Thank you very much, Jenny. I appreciate it. People who instantly like, they really make me happy because of course I'm not doing anything awesome yet. You just found me and dropped a like. It shows how kind you are. And because of you guys, audience like you, small creators can grow, you know? Your support means everything. You're not superficial like uh, you have to judge a lot before liking. You just liked and that shows how kind you guys are. I think my channel subscribers are generally very kind because of course I'm not a big deal. I'm not a popular guy. I'm very tiny. Yet they watch my videos and like. It's definitely a charity of happiness, you know? So thank you Jenny, thank you Kian, and thank you what was that guy's name? Purple. Thank you everyone. I don't know if it was a guy or a girl. Purple. Whatever they were. 6 likes. It feels good to see. I'm gonna read some stories if you guys are interested. That's what I do. I chat and read stories. So let's read one. I'm gonna read an old one now since I don't have anybody now. Suddenly a drop. It's from my end. I know what's happening. I know what's happening. Don't believe the numbers. Sometimes I do have a lot of audience, but I see 0. I don't know what is it, but it happens. What is happening? God is punishing me. Accidentally, he gave me some views, probably, and then realized, oops, it wasn't supposed to happen. He's a small guy. Yeah, hello. I don't know what happened. Maybe my stream lagged. Something like that. 3 votes. I got 3 votes so far. Let's read some stories, shall we? I'm gonna start a basic one. But a story I already read. Because why not? I'm the only one watching. I think there are some more, but we cannot see them. Some people are watching using a TV, so they can't chat. I understand that. But so far, you're the one here, so thank you very much. You're probably gonna be the number 1 today. Sorry about that sound, the noise. We bought the baby monitor because our apartment had thin walls and bad wiring. The kind of place where sounds traveled strangely. Footsteps from above when no one lived there. Doors creaking on their own when the heat kicked in. Still, when our son Noah was born, we told ourselves we were just being paranoid. The first night we used the monitor, everything was normal. Soft static, Noah self-breathing, occasionally a whimper before he settled again. On the third night, I heard a voice. At first I thought it was my wife talking in her sleep. The sound was faint, buried under static, almost like the monitor was picking up another frequency. Hello? I sat up in bed. My wife was asleep beside me. The voice came again, clearer this time. Hello, Noah. My stomach tightened. I grabbed the monitor and turned up the volume. The camera showed Noah in the crib, fast asleep. The room was exactly how we left it. No movement, no shadows. Then the voice whispered, "He can't hear me yet. He can't hear me yet." I rushed down the hall and flipped on the nursery light. Nothing. No open window, no one hiding. Noah stirred, cried, and I picked him up, my heart pounding. The next day I checked the monitor's manual. I warned about signal interference. No, okay, other baby monitors, radios, even walkie-talkies. The explanation calmed me more than it should have. That night, the voice returned. This time it was closer to the microphone. "Do you like it when they turn off the light?" I didn't wake my wife. I didn't know why. Some part of me was afraid that if I acknowledged it out loud, it would become real. I unplugged the monitor. The room went quiet. Then from the dark nursery down the hall I heard it. The same voice without static. That's pretty scary. "Why did you take my voice away?" Even scarier. I ran. The nursery was empty except for Noah, screaming so hard his face was red. I grabbed him and didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning I threw the monitor in the trash. For 2 days nothing happened. No voices, no strange sounds. We started to relax. on the third night. I woke up to Noah's laughing. Not giggling, laughing. Deep, breathy laughter that didn't sound like a baby at all. Okay, so Noah not giggling. The baby was laughing. Deep, breathy laughter that didn't sound like a baby at all. Dogs are just fighting, I'm sorry. I hope it's not interrupting the audio. I stood frozen in the doorway. He was sitting up in his crib. They're too loud, aren't they? Shut up already. Just stop, man. I don't know. It's like they have a habit of barking for no reason. Sometimes they don't fight. They're not fighting. They're just barking for no reason, and it's interrupting me. Maybe you guys can't hear the barks loud, but I can, and it's interrupting my reading. Okay. I think... Just go. Okay, the left. I stood frozen in the doorway. He was sitting up in his crib, staring into the corner. Hello? Shh. Let me... Shannon, I don't know how to say your name, but maybe it's Shannon? Okay, Shannon. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the like. I'm sure you just did, I realized. So I stood frozen in the doorway. He was sitting up in his crib, staring into the corner of the room. The lights were off, but I could see his eyes reflecting something that wasn't there. Call me Sean. Okay, Sean. Are you Indian though? Sean sounds like an Indian name, and that's a very nice name, indeed. So, he was sitting up in his crib, staring into the corner. Shut the hell up! Can you hear the dogs barking? Can you confirm that? Because I can hear them loud, but I don't know if it's actually very loud to you guys. Sean, Kian, can you confirm if the dogs' barkings are too loud? And every time I'm trying to read, Creepy Girl, welcome. Thank you very much. One of my biggest supporters. Okay, they're not barking anymore. They're too loud. Dogs are fine. Yeah, dogs are fine. I love dogs, by the way. The reason I'm just annoyed because they're interrupting my storytelling time. That's it. And they bark randomly, you know? No valid reason. Sometimes they fight. Sometimes they see an intruder. And sometimes they just bark because they felt like. And why middle of the night, always? I wonder. Eleanor, hello, welcome. Bubbly Cow Surfer, welcome again, both of you. Thank you very much for joining. My big supporters are already here now. I was having some issues, but finally everything is fine now. Bubbly Cow Surfer, is it really at random or is it something paranormal? Who knows what they see? Maybe the dogs are high. No idea. But they're silent now. See that? It feels like they're trolling me, but I'm talking now, they're not barking. But whenever I'm reading stories, they're barking, as if they're trying to annoy me on purpose. Of course, that's not the case. By the way, can you guys confirm if my audio is loud and clear enough? Today I'm having some internet issues, for sure. I know that. Maybe the dogs are seeing a burglar. Yeah, probably. But our area is very secure, thankfully. So I'm sure about that it's not the burglar. My audio is loud and clear, okay? Thank you very much for confirming that. Maybe they're trying to protect you. Maybe, maybe not. The other day, I don't like a lot of people think dogs are dangerous. And I think they have the potential, but it depends on the situation. It depends what type of dog this is, right? Like, if I'm entering a property without asking for permission, like randomly, a dog might attack me. That makes sense. And I never faced any situation like that. But the other day, I was going somewhere and it was pitch black. Not the entire place, but that area specifically. I was going to buy some food for myself and I have to go there. And I saw at least 10 to 15 stray dogs barking at each other. And no human was there. So I was like, is it the first time ever I'm gonna feel some fear? I'm gonna get scared of the dogs and back off? My ego told me that I shouldn't, so I kept walking and they were looking at me and I was like, don't bite, and they didn't. Those dogs looked very, very infected kind, you know? Uh, Gross. They weren't very cute. So after I after a few minutes, they just left that specific area, and I realized that I shouldn't have done that because that was kind of dangerous. You can imagine 10 to 15 dogs are barking at each other. They weren't fighting, but the tone was like they're gonna fight, and it was pitch black, no lights. I asked a shopkeeper nearby. They said that they're having some electricity. I don't know exactly electricity issue, but he said that they're having some issues. So it's just dark. That's it. Okay, let me read. You guys said a lot of things while I was just talking. Dogs are not dangerous. Dogs have more compassion than most humans do these, honestly. Yeah, I agree with that. And maybe those dogs didn't attack me because they understood that I'm not a danger. I'm not gonna harm them, right? I was just walking as if I didn't notice them. I wasn't paying attention to them. I heard if you pay attention to an angry dog, that dog might attack you. I don't know if it's true or not, but I was just calm. I was not acting. And it was pitch black. That was the main issue. Hello, Sean, again. Creepy girl. No humans like run. They protect their own. I don't know what was the case. They could they could shred you easily, definitely. If a pit. Yeah, I know that. They were stray dogs. I didn't notice what type of dogs were they, but they look like German Shepherd. That type of look, but there weren't any breed, I think. Stray dogs, typical. Mostly brown and black. You know? And they looked infected. Injured. Okay. Let me read a story today. I already read one, but I think it's an old story, so I'm not gonna read that. They would, yeah, I got that. 9 votes. Let me check the results. 78% said yes, 22% said no. But I already got like 11 likes, so maybe I'm gonna reach 20 likes. They looked infected. Yeah, I don't know how to describe, but they were not normal. They looked like zombies. You know, salivas were coming out, that type of look. I just noticed 2 dogs this type, so I shouldn't judge the entire group. But there were 10 to 15 dogs. I never experienced this type of yeah, exactly. I never experienced this type of scenario ever. That was the first time. I wish I could film that. I should have filmed that actually. But whatever though. Hold on. How about I read a story about a dog? Let's see if I find any. Like, basically, is there any creepypasta where a dog has a huge role. Not about a dog, because there I don't think any iconic story exists which is about a dog and it's scary. But maybe a dog has a huge role in that story. Let's see if I can find any. If you guys know any, do tell me. I'm gonna search. How about I ask ChatGPT instead, that if it exists. Oh god, no. Let's see. There has to be something like that related to the dogs, a spooky dog. Okay, so the chat GPT says there is one, an urban legend. It's called the Licked Hand. Okay, I think we all listen to it. No, I'm not reading any stories from chat GPT. I just asked chat GPT if creepypasta connected to the dogs exist, you know, like about a dog or maybe a dog. Like, basically, in that story, there is a dog. That's what I meant. Well, yeah, they looked the licked hand, not looked, I think. The licked hand. Yeah, that one everybody heard of, the black dog on the highway. Exactly. Trucker's legend, the black dog. Okay? But don't worry, I'm not gonna read Chat GPT. And I also noticed if you ask a story from Chat GPT, it's gonna modify it however. And it's gonna end up sounding very stupid. Okay, you just recommended one, I think. It's called Trucker's Legend, the Black Dog. Let me see. Is that a creepypasta? It licked the owner's hand when he had his hand hanging over the bed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was doing. It's gonna save time, you know? AI has its use. Is that the one? Among long-haul truckers, there's an old rule. If you see the black dog, pull over. It's about a black dog. The story has been told for decades on highways across the world, especially on empty roads late at night. Truckers say it usually happens between 2 and 4 a.m. when the road is quiet and fatigue starts playing tricks on your eyes. Is that the one? Creepy girl? A driver will be alone, miles from the nearest town, fighting sleep. And that's when they see it. Okay, so that's the one. You know, whenever you hear me pausing, it's usually because I hear traffic noise or the dogs. But they're not strong enough to reach you guys. So maybe you don't understand why am I pausing. I'm just taking time. A large black dog standing on the side of the road. Its fur absorbs the headlights instead of reflecting them. So it's so black, pitch black, that it doesn't reflect. It absorbs the light. Its eyes shine low and dim, like dying embers. Sometimes it walks alongside. Okay, sometimes it walks alongside the truck. Sometimes it just sits there, watching. That's a creepy view. Imagine you're driving and you see a giant black dog looking at you. But if it's just looking at you, I don't think it's too scary. If it starts chasing, only then it can look a little creepy. I mean, it's in the end of the day, it's just a dog. It's just a dog. Yes, definitely when you have one eye, and that one eye only has 10% seeing capacity, so I use Google Assistant a lot. Okay, that's good. Oh, well, we hear the vehicle honking and driving by. Yeah, so you can hear some noise. I apologize, I can't control that. Okay, so it sounds creepy. Maybe, but so far I'm not freaked out yet. Let's see what happens next. It's for absorbed. Okay, I read that already. At first, drivers think it's a stray, of course. Then it keeps pace with the truck without moving its legs. How does it work? Like it's floating? So it floats. Some say it suddenly appears in the review mirror. Others see it directly in the road, forcing them to swerve. When they brake, the dog vanishes. What's the point, dog? It seems like it just wants to stop you. Veteran truckers don't laugh about it. They say the black dog appears when a driver is about to fall asleep at the wheel. Many who ignored it later crashed. Some survived, some didn't. So it seems like a good dog. It saves. It saves humans. So it's not a creepy dog. Let me read that part again. They say the black dog appears when a driver is about to fall asleep at the wheel. Many who ignored it later crashed. Some survived, some didn't. So it's a superhero kind of dog. With a spooky style, basically. Tell me if you guys have having any technical issues. Okay, let's continue. Those who did pull over, just for a few minutes, say the dog sat nearby watching silently. Once the driver rested, drank coffee, or stepped outside, the dog slowly faded into the darkness. So the dog stays with the driver till he is fully conscious. No footprints, no sound, no trace. Some believe it's just the brain last warning, fatigue taking shape to save a life. Others believe it's something older, a guardian, a messenger, or a spirit that walks the highway, deciding who gets home and who doesn't. That's why truckers say, if you see a black dog on an empty road at night, don't speed up. Stop. Maybe it's just like you hallucinate or something, but why would every single driver gonna see the same thing? But pretty interesting one. Not bad. It wasn't scary, but yeah, it got some eerie vibe for sure. 70% said yes, 20% said no. Yeah, I like the story too. I did like the story. I hope I didn't get disconnected. 10 votes. Let me read another one. Yeah, I got your text. What is that? What's happening? Thank you very much, Public House Sofa. That's 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 a long name, so maybe I should call you Sarah. Should I? Or Public House Surfer? That's fine. But whatever you sent me, I don't know what... I don't understand exactly. The lights are just... BCS, Public House Surfer, in short, right? Or Bubbles. Yeah, that's a cute name, if I call you Bubbles. But, tell me, what's going on? Again, the dog's barking. The dogs wants to hear some stories too, I guess. So let's read. Yeah, because they're that loud. They're just that loud. No, watch as soon as I say Grandma, is that you? And then the light stopped, okay? I actually didn't listen. I wasn't with my earbuds. I wasn't using anything. Let me check. Let me check again, okay? With audio. Looks like your life turned into a horror movie. That was your grandma. Yeah, that was. Sorry, when you sent me, I just checked without the sound. The dogs add the eerie vibe, so does the traffic. Like watch one of those streams. Yeah, I agree. So your grandma visited you. She probably visits you often. I can't really say if it's paranormal or not, you know what I'm saying, but I thought it was neat. Yeah, it definitely was. You should share this on your channel as a short. Okay, I found something related to the dog. I started leaving food out for the stray dog that sat across the street every night. One morning, my neighbor asked why I kept feeding my dog through the fence. I told him I didn't own a dog. He went quiet and said, "Then why does it come inside when you turn off the lights. Okay, let me read that again. I started leaving I started leaving food out for the stray dog that sat across the street every night. One morning, my neighbor asked why I kept feeding my dog through the fence. I told him I didn't own a dog. He was quiet, then said, "Then why does it come inside when you turn off the lights?" That's spooky. But that's a good dog again. No, it's like crazy. To we'll have to get together and I'll explain to you because it's yeah, it looks crazy for sure. Maybe somebody was pranking you. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe somebody was pranking you. Today, the dogs are very energetic. They've been fighting since last couple of hours. They're not tired yet. Oh shoot! Oh no, I'm moving real quick. Why? Every night at exactly 1:11 a.m. my house Wi-Fi disconnects. My Wi-Fi is haunted too. Last night, it didn't. Instead, a new device appeared on the network list. Upstairs bedroom underscore not breathing. And this one is a true story. Somebody actually experienced it and they never saw that network name again. That's a prank. Absolutely. There's no doubt. But a spooky prank. That dog would have me selling my house. Okay. How many likes I got? 13? Yeah, 13. Somebody randomly texted telling me a joke. What do you call a blind gynecologist? I don't want to know. And the Lord said unto John, "Come forth, and you shall have eternal life." But John came fifth and won a toaster. That's a funny one. It's that Pokemon Go friend. Not that one, the good one. I have a lot of friends play like Pokemon Go friends. This one is that one. If you know who I mean. The toxic masculinity opinionated guy. I don't understand that verse, but it's probably a joke. And the Lord said unto John, "Come forth and you shall have eternal life." But John came fifth and won a toaster. That's a pretty funny one though. This can happen in some countries. Once I watched a bodybuilding show. I didn't watch the entire show, but clips. The guy who won, he probably got a little bit of money and a medal, and the runner up got a mixer, a blender to make juice. I was like, what the hell? They dedicated their whole life to look jacked, and that's what you gave them. It looked like a joke. Even though it's a small show, I get that, but still, you're giving him a juicer. I don't know if it was like a food processor or a mixer, but something like that. That was his price because he was second. Yeah, I think I did. If I was there, I wouldn't accept it. I would be like, no thanks, I have enough. Hello, thanks, because Creepy for recommendation to this channel. Creepy girl, you mean? She recommended you this. Thank you very much. You guys don't have to do this much for me. But thank you, I appreciate it. Sometimes. Did you guys hear that? I think I heard a knock, but not through the door. Like somebody tapped on the wall. Imagine, while streaming, I actually encounter a ghost. I'm gonna go viral. But people gonna think it's AI, of course. It was very gentle, like this. They said you were amazing, and yes, I heard that. So you heard the knock. Evil Silhouette said she heard that. This era is so messed up that even if I encounter something spooky, they're gonna think I'm just playing around for views. And AI ruins everything. I heard that again. Let me check how many subscribers. Hold on a second. Six. I got like 7 subscribers already. Some people subscribed. Hello, Bubbly, I'm here. What are you hearing? FBI Production. That's a strong name. I hope you're not from the FBI. Of course, nothing spooky. I'm not. I'm not like scared or anything. It's just I'm having fun too since I heard the noise. I'm not scared, but I did hear twice, and it's not from the door. It's the wall. Walls are not supposed to have that type of sound, right? And my walls are pretty thick, brick walls. If I check, I'm gonna take you guys with me, of course, to show. Actually, let me check. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to see what's going on? I heard that again. Let's check. I'm gonna turn on the back camera. I'm gonna turn on the back camera. Hold on a second, it's too dark. Obviously, it's not from the elevator. I'm not sure what's going on. Bro, do you live in an apartment house? Cause yeah, I do. I do. I live in an apartment house. I think it's nothing. Nothing to worry about. Did you guys hear that? That's from. Oh no, run. Oh, nothing actually. I'm gonna enter. I think I heard the sound from here. Let me actually check. It was loud enough. That's a truck, of course, don't worry. Hello? Anybody here? I don't fear you if you're a spiritual being. Show yourself. Actually, I'm just messing with you guys. Definitely nothing spooky going on. It's an apartment. A ghost will never enter an apartment like this. But yeah, I did hear some weird noise, knocking noise like this. You know, wall noise. Nobody knocks a wall. I'll go now. I'll go now. That's enough. You know why there's a cardboard here? A few days ago, I found a stray cat, and she was like trying to tell me something. Like it was seeking attention basically. Yeah, exactly. This I just set that up for the cat. And now she lives with our guards. She's our guard cat. She sits on the exact chair of the guard. So the guards are taking care of her. It was an orange cat mixed with some white. And a female orange cat is rare. First I thought maybe she's pregnant, but then I realized she's injured. I don't know what's going on. I should check her. So now she's our guard cat. Someday I'm gonna show you. But for now, let's get back inside. Okay, that's enough. Can you hear the dogs? Okay. It was nothing, of course, but still. Nice place, though. Thank you very much, I guess. See how loud they are? People need to not inspect things, bro. Run Kool-Aid, man. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I get what you mean. Let me see, a lot of people. I wonder what the sound was. Maybe I heard thing, like randomly. My ears are very powerful, but you guys heard it too, you said. I can hear things. I can hear things. I can hear things. Don't inspect. I shouldn't. Let's read another one. My smartwatch. Okay, you spelled it wrong. It's a smartwatch. My smartwatch keeps recording steps while I'm asleep. I live alone. Last night, it logged 14,892 steps, all between my bed and the front door. It sounds like a lie, a flat lie. Hey, you know what? You know what? Maybe it could be raps in the sewer pipes, like a drainage area, like running out the wall pipes. Maybe, yeah, it's possible. Anything is possible. But I'm sure it wasn't anything spooky. Because if it was a ghost, why would they knock the wall instead of the door? Kian is back. Welcome back, dude. Thank you very much for remembering me. I thought you forgot to join back. I appreciate your stay. I appreciate each and every one of you. The way you guys are inspiring me. Oh, 2,360 subscribers. When I started the stream, it was 52, now it's 60, so 8 people subscribed today. Feels great. Kian, do you have any stories to recommend? Do you have anything? I look so muscular with this big head. My muscles just gets more shape, more dwarfy shape. I don't know. You ever experienced anything spooky? Anything? For example, now, I just heard a knock on my wall. Let's hear the dog barks together. What's your problem? They're so loud. You want to read the story of John Wayne Gacy? Okay, that's a good recommendation. I will try. When they go to sleep. Go to sleep, dogs. When I almost fell in the volcano. Really? Really? Something is happening for sure. It doesn't sound like they're randomly barking, you know? It sounds like they saw something for sure. Maybe a group of burglars are waiting and they're like barking at them. That sounds like a crazy story, Kian. I'm peeking through my window as if I'm hiding. Okay. I'm gonna close the window. I think you think? They stopped. They finally stopped. They finally stopped. They finally stopped. They finally stopped. Can you see the dogs from your window? I didn't see them. The dogs are very far away. That's very weird how loud they are, right? They're not like next to my building. They're not anywhere around. They're very far away. They are very far away. Let's read. You probably recommended a story. John Wayne Gacy. Give me some context. Some details about him. Who is he? "13 votes. 13 votes. 69% said yes. 31 said no. He is called a killer clown. Oh, the creepy killer clown. Let's read. I think I found the correct one. I heard about him too, probably. But I don't know the entire story. You probably told me about him. No, I don't play Roblox. I tried playing Roblox. John Wayne Gacy looked like a normal, friendly man, just like your dad's friend. He lived in Chicago, ran a small construction business. He looks very wholesome, volunteered in his community, and even dressed as a clown named Pogo. Oh, Keon said something. Wait, I'm gonna play Roblox and I will be back. Thank you. You're free to do anything, but do check every now and then. You don't have to stay the entire time. I never demanded this. Just check back every now and then if you remember, and that's enough for me. You know, I'm not ending the stream anytime soon. So, and even dressed as a clown named Pogo to entertain children at hospitals and events. Neighbors trusted him. Parents didn't fear him. So okay, he's like a wholesome clown guy. Used to entertain children at hospitals. Nobody feared him. That's what made him so dangerous. Between 1972 and 1978, Gacy murdered at least 33 young men and boys. Most of them were teenagers. Okay. He targeted runaways, hitchhikers, and kids looking for work, often offering them jobs at his company. 33 young men and boys. He only killed boys, it seems. There has to be a reason. Once they were alone with him, Gacy would attack. He would never attack if you were with somebody. He would always attack somebody who's walking alone. Being alone in America is dangerous, probably. Who knows? Around that time. One of his most disturbing tricks was something he called the rope trick. He would place handcuffs on a victim and pretend it was a magic act. Then reveal he could unlock them, and he never did. Most of the victims were killed inside his own house. Gacy buried 26 bodies in his Oh, hold on a second. I think I watched a video about him. I just remembered now. Gacy buried 26 bodies in the... Shut the hell up! Gacy buried 26 bodies in the crawl space beneath his home. Others were dumped in rivers when there was no room left. All this happened while he continued living his daily life, hosting parties, smiling for photos, and performing as a clown. I know about him because of a song. Which song? Neighbors complained for years about a terrible smell coming from his house. Gacy blamed it on sewage problems or dead animals. Police didn't take it seriously until one boy went missing and witnesses placed him last with Gacy. In December 1978, police searched Gacy's house. They found human bones. Gacy was arrested and eventually confessed during his trial. He tried to claim insanity, saying He didn't remember the murders. The jury didn't believe him. He was convinced of 33 counts of murder and sentenced to death. John Wayne Gacy was executed by lethal injection in 1994. Okay, so it's a thing where you announce the death penalty and they execute them using an injection? I didn't know that. I thought they hung them up. That was the only way, I thought. At least around that time. So they used a lethal injection in 1994. To the end, he showed little remorse. Today he is remembered as a warning, not just about evil, but about how it can hide behind a smile, a job, and a friendly face. Sometimes, the scariest monsters don't look like monsters at all. They look like a friend. What is actually better? I think the injection is better, right? It's less torture. Like, of course, no matter how you die, death is death, but that's probably less painful. I don't know. Yeah, that was scary as hell. The only scary part is that nobody could ever doubt him that he was very innocent, wholesome looking guy. And that builds trust issues. The injection is definitely better than the other methods. Maybe we can't really tell. But I'm still against capital punishment. I think it doesn't solve the crime. I agree with you. I mean, you're killing the criminal. So it's not like you're changing them, right? The song was called John Wayne Gacy Jr. Oh, by one of your favorite singers. The dogs are really bugging me today. It's a sad song and creepy. I think I heard that song. You sent me once. I'm not sure if it's that one. I do not remember. I do not remember the lyrics, but I do remember that you sent me a sad song. Hello, Simon. It's been a while. After a while, you found me. How many subscribers? I think you crossed 500, right? Last time when you commented, it was 500. Drop a like since you're here. I think Simon just left. I kind of want to make some tea for myself, but I don't know. I'm afraid to leave because whenever I leave, people think it's a blank stream and they don't stay. Even when I say be right back. I don't know if I should leave. Oh, I don't know what the hell is going on. What the hell is going on? Let me find another story. One thing I feel about my streaming that when I'll get bigger and I'll have more views and more likes, that happiness won't be the same as now. For example, now I appreciate every single drop. A single like, a single comment can make me feel happy. But if this channel was like 1 million subscriber, I wouldn't even realize probably how many people are spending their important time to drop a like. I want to appreciate my audience. Very, very focused way. Specifically, I want to recognize my audience. If I go too big, I won't be able to reply everyone. So that's why I kind of want to stay very small, but decent size, not too tiny, not too big. A size where things can be very, very manageable all by myself. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. You know, some people want to be very, very rich, and they just want to be richer and richer, and then they forget to appreciate small things in their lives. Like going to a place and eating a burger, that's not a happiness to them anymore. And I don't want to be that type of rich guy. I want things very, very manageable where I can actually see everything. Laser focused way. I can appreciate. I want to appreciate every single thing in my life. I don't want to be that guy who can't even tell this very person will subscribe to me from day one. Like he was a Patreon or anything. I want to recognize my audience. Of course, this is not possible because the numbers will go high, but I want to interact during my live stream. I want to read a lot of chats instead of doing what I'm doing and every 15 minutes I just read one. I don't want to be that guy. I want to make my audience feel good about themselves, that yes, they're being noticed. It's not possible 100%, but I want to try as much as I can. That's why the idea of becoming too big fears me. I want to be popular, very popular, but not where it ruins my peace. It makes me feel overwhelmed. I don't want that. I don't want to be a Jeff Bezos person. I don't want to be like Elon Musk, stuff like that. I don't want to be like them. I want to be more like a wrestler who interacts with the audience and feels the energy. Hello, 1, 2, 3. I'm just testing my audio again. Yeah, it's fine. There's a delay, but it's fine. Without the earbuds, I wonder if my audio is loud. I mean, Eleanor, you definitely can hear me, but without the earbuds, how loud I am, I wonder. Oh. Let me check the top fans. The top fans. Bubbly couch sofa. Evil, slotty, Shannon, purple, creepy girl, Kian, Eleanor, Jenny, Simon, Dwayne, FBI production. So far, a lot of people join. A lot of people join. I see hearts suddenly. It means somebody's tapping the reaction. But I don't see any views now. I'm about to make some tea for myself, by the way. I'm gonna read some stories in a bit, not now. I'm just waiting. I'm tapping the reaction. Okay, so it's you. Okay, so now you're number one. once again. You were actually number 6 for a while. And you grabbed your throne very quickly. Today the dogs are way too aggressive compared to usual days. How do I shiny hunt? Sorry, I reclaimed my crown. Yeah, you reclaimed your crown and throne. Oh, I should say crown because the logo is crown. Yeah, crown. And that makes more sense. It sounds like there are 10 dogs. Yeah, I know. 10. Okay, I'll make some tea. I'm gonna be right back. Be right back. It is time for me to make something for my throat, for my voice. I'm gonna put something here so that it stays that way. I'm back. And the dogs are still barking. And the dogs are still barking. And I'm back. I'm back. Okay. I got my ginger tea. It's a very healthy tea. Just ginger and honey. And it's too hot. Let's wait for some more people to join. It seems like a lot of people. Thank you very much. You too. A lot of people left. A lot of people told me they're gonna be back. So that was pretty sweet. They didn't have to. But they did anyways. They did anyways. That's very sweet of them. I can't even sip it. I just made it that hot. No, I can't. I can't. Let's read the top fans once again, because I'm having cold yogurt drink. That sounds yummy. Number 1, Eleanor Kilnert. But number 2, Bubbly Couch Sofa. Number 3, Evil Slotty. For some reason I was about to read Elvis Scott. Number 4, Shannon. He told me to call him Shan or Sean. I don't know. Number 5, Purple. Number 6, Creepy Girl. Creepy Girl. Number 7, Keon's Bag Boys. Keon. Number 8, Jenny. Number 9, Simon. Number 10, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Number 11, FBI Production. Where's my big head? No, I need my big head. My big head is not working for some reason. I need my big head back. What just happened? What just happened? Why? My big head is not working. No filter is. Maybe I have to try again later. Let me try after a while. Okay, now it's time to try again. Seems like it's not working anymore. And I don't know. Number 3 sounds like something else. Slotty. Evil Slotty. I don't know. But let's read another story. You know, today while having dinner, we were talking about bread for some reason, and then it reminded, like, it's not a scary story, by the way. I just remembered a very sad, should I call it a story? I don't know, but I was a kid. I was going to school, and I saw a man sitting next to a drain. You know those drains where dirty waters are? Sewers, like. like drains are different, but you get the idea. He was sitting next to a drain, and he got a very big cloth and loads of bad bread. You know, bad, like people won't eat them, so they donate it. But they were bad. And he was smiling. He was acting a little crazy, but he was smiling and he was thankful that he gets to eat something. And it made me so emotional. I felt like crying. My school is very near, so I used to go walking. And I couldn't walk fast anymore after seeing that. I was feeling so sad. I was like, he got like at least 10 to 20 breads. Sounds very good, but all bad. Breads you won't eat, that those type. You know, you can tell the breads are bad, of course. And he was smiling like crazy, and his smile was making me sad. So today, while having dinner, talking about bread, I just remembered about that to cry, but I almost felt like it. My eyes were getting teary for some reason. It's so random, right? And it made me realize how happy I am. Like, at least I have proper meal, a shelter. If you saw him, like the smile, if you ever, I can't describe it. The smile was like a crazy guy, but at the same time, he was thankful. A crazy guy who's thankful because he got a lot of breads to eat. The world is full of injustice. Yeah, kind of. But you wouldn't eat those. Definitely. Even a cat. I don't think it even. Welcome, Tanvir. Welcome back to my stream. I was just sharing a small sad story. So, even a cat would never eat that bread. And he was eating. It was just bread. He didn't get anything with this. No meat, no cheese, no sauce. Just dry bread. Bad dry bread, and he was so thankful. Sitting next to a drain. I can still visualize that. It's just inside my head, you know? Yeah, I know you do, and thank you very much. If you have any story to recommend or anything personal, you can definitely share. I'll enjoy reading them. You can write it down here, or you can check my community tab and write it there. You subscribed to me, right? I think you did. And thank you for the like. I just got it. Do you remember anything sad like this, Eleanor? Okay, my big head is back. I lagged. I lagged. I remember some. Yeah, brother, I subscribed you. I remember something. Yeah, I just lagged. I'm sorry. It's my haunted bathroom switch. Whenever you tap, Wi-Fi gets disconnected. I remember something that wasn't even that sad to cry about, but it made me emotional. You can share if you want. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Am I still lagging? I think I am. I saw a little girl sitting in a waiting room next to an adult. Her mother, probably. And the mother made fun of her. A mother made fun of her own daughter. Yeah, I'm about to read another one. Don't you worry, brother. Tanvir Kabir. Where are you from again? And she said, don't say that. That makes me feel bad. Especially when your kid is telling you that, and yet you do. Do you even need any external bullies from your school or wherever? Your own mother is bullying you, and that gonna stay forever with you. It gonna traumatize you forever, you know? And I understand that. I feel if family members are positive, if healthy, you become confident. Her saying made me sad. I'm from Bangladesh. Very good. This is the first time ever where I got a loyal Bangladeshi subscriber. Usually, people from Bangladesh don't watch my videos regularly because they don't like English speaking content. Some of them do, some of them don't. Or some of they just support. And never care again. Yeah, as I was saying, if your family, like if you have at least one member who bullied you, you can turn into a very insecure person very easily. But if your entire family is very healthy, then you will be a very sensitive person in general. Little bit of judgment can affect you big time. For example, your brother bullied you, but your parents are good. Still, your brother is your family member and he bullied you. It can affect you strongly. Therefore, your schoolmates, if they bully you, it gonna affect you more. But that's just a theory. But if your entire family is very supportive, very healthy, I think you turn into a very confident person, and other people, they just fail to affect you that way because the family built that confidence in you. You know, I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's just something I observed. Yeah, that's right. People in Bangladesh doesn't understand English because of the dislike it. I don't think it's entirely the truth, but yeah, majority of the people are like that maybe. In Bangladesh, people bully too, and they don't see it as a crime. Like, of course it's not a crime, but they don't view it that negatively, I feel. Like, Tanvir, probably somebody can call you names, and you're supposed to be cool with that. It shouldn't affect you automatically. Let's say somebody is black and you called him the N word. People in Bangladesh won't care about it. It's fine. You're free to insult somebody for their colors. Older generations mostly don't take it serious, yeah. But they don't understand that your simple judgment, childish judgment, can stay with that person forever. For the rest of their lives, they can never be confident just because of your comment. One comment, yeah. It's just that simple. Not everybody is strong as you. Your one comment can stay with them forever. Call, let's say, uh, call a kid ugly. Let's say a 7-year-old kid, and you're just one guy, and you call him ugly constantly, every day, whenever you meet him. He gonna start to think that he's actually ugly. You're just one person and you're enough to affect him. And when he get like, let's say he's older now, he's 30 years old, he will still have that insecurity just because of you. It's just that simple. I know it sounds pathetic, like, okay, one person is enough to hurt you. You're so weak. You're weak too, if you think that way. I hate bullies. Even though I wasn't bullied that way that much, my 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 story is kind of different, but still I feel them. I still feel them. I was more like insulted as a like my own family members did that sometimes. So my situation is different. I have a healthy family though, but for example, I had an uncle. I'm not gonna say I have an uncle because I don't consider him, I don't consider them as my uncles anymore. So one of my uncles, who's not here, who lives far away, he used to call me dumb. He used to call me an idiot. Like I wasn't very good at studying. It's not because I was dumb, it's because I wasn't interested. So I was like, let me describe what type of student I was. I'm in the exam hall. I have the capability to answer entirely, but I'm like, uh, I'm gonna pass if I minimum answer this one, like the minimum amount. Now, okay, I like a minimalist, you know? If I do this, if I answer this question only, I'm gonna pass. I don't have to pass the entire question paper. There are 10 questions, I just answered 5 and I came back. Even though I could answer all 10, I would, I was never interested to make friends in school, stuff like that. I was kind of weird. So I never attended like classes, stuff like that. So of course, my results weren't that great. And because of this, an uncle would roast me that I'm dumb. That's why I did bad. So if you have a family member who bullies you, this gonna affect you a lot. So that way I had few relatives, who made me self-conscious about this. I wish I could punch them once. Let's read another story. Also, I don't understand English, but I will try, but I can't. Whenever I speak and I get confused, like if I should say this or not, I will stutter. No matter what language I speak, I will get in a situation where I'm processing. Should I say it this way or that way? And then, whatever I say comes out weirdly, as if I'm nervous. I'm not nervous. It's just confusion. I don't know if it happens to you. Sometimes when you're confused, it can happen. Like, should I say this? I hope people won't be offended this way. By the way, Tanvir Kabir, can you share my channel to one more Bangladeshi person? Even if they don't understand English, what happens to me is that I speak slowly sometimes. No, I stutter. Let's say I'm talking about bullies, okay? And that bully called me a bad word. Now I'm going to tell you that bad word, but because I'm streaming, I get confused. Am I going to be in trouble saying that? You know? It's probably very common between, I don't know if it's a common thing, but it's probably very common when you make videos and stream. When I make videos, I can obviously cut that out. But when you stream and you're talking, you get confused if I should say it that way or that. So I stutter. Yeah, I was about to say the word N to describe the racism, you know? I don't understand. What's wrong if I say the N word to explain a situation? Can anybody explain this? I'm not calling anyone. I was just trying to say a story. And If I quote, basically I'm quoting someone. I'm not saying it. I'm not calling anybody. Yet I'm gonna be in trouble because AI is controlling everyone. Even if you comment this, like probably yesterday or day before yesterday, Eleanor was trying to tell me a story, no, a line, and because that line had that specific word, even though she was quoting it, YouTube removed it. It doesn't make any sense. Super sensitive. Why are you so sensitive, YouTube? Tanvir, are you here? Are you here, my friend? I hope you are. No, your line had the K word. How pathetic. No, I think I can say that K word. Your line had kill. Yeah, exactly. And that's why YouTube removed it. See that? I got confused to say that word. I love horror story, and your story is very beautiful. I lensed it every time. I listen to it every time in my free time, and it was very beautiful. Thank you very much, Tanvir. I appreciate it. Your support means a lot. You don't even understand English, yet you're supporting. You're the real. You're the real. If you want, you can share my channel to anyone. Every single drop counts. I'm gonna read another story. Are you ready? Hiro Onoda was a Japanese soldier. Hiro Onoda. Hiro or Hairu? The spelling is Hiroo. Hiro Onoda. I'm back. Welcome back, Kian. You were probably playing Roblox. See? I just guessed it. I didn't even know that you play Roblox. I'm not gonna say I have superpower. I'm not a psychic. Brother, is that honey water in that cup? You guessed it correct. This is ginger tea. I made it with ginger and honey, and your assumption is very, very accurate. You guessed it correct. It has honey. Good guess. Good guess. Hairu Onoda was a Japanese soldier sent to a small island in the Philippines in 1944 during World War II. Before he left, he okay. Sometimes when I pause and I see a wrong word, I just alternate so I take time. In Philippines in 1944 during World War II, before he left, his commanding officer gave him one order. I don't need to read the other line. Never surrender. Never take your own life. Wait for orders. You got that part? Hiro Onoda was a Japanese soldier sent to a small island in Philippines in 1944 during World War II. Before he left, his commanding officer gave him an order. Never surrender. Never take your own life. Wait for orders. So no matter what happens to you, you cannot take your own life. That was the order to Hiro Onoda. Hiro Onoda or Hiro Honda. It reminds me of Hero Honda, a Japanese bike brand. Then the war ended, but no one told Onoda. For nearly 29 years, he hid in the jungle, surviving on stolen food, rainwater, and fear. Reminds me of that movie's Grave of the Fireflies, that situation, because it was exactly around that time. Poor Onoda. And poor you if you died in the end. I think you died, of course, because it's a war story, I think. But let's see if it's spooky or sad. Yes, it reminds me of that too. Hiruonoda. Hiruonoda. So for nearly 29 years, he hid in the jungle, surviving on stolen food, rainwater, and fear. Planes dropped leaflets saying, okay, what does that even mean? Planes dropped leaflets saying the war was over. Okay, the leaflets, the papers, those advertisements. But he believed they were enemy tricks. He heard about Japan's surrender on the radio, but thought it was a propaganda. So, the war basically ended, and he thought the opponent is trying to trick him. So he didn't believe the war was over. He was still hiding and surviving and suffering. Over the years, his fellow soldiers were killed or surrendered. One by one, Onoda stayed. He missed the youth. He missed his family. He lived every day expecting an enemy attack that would never come. He was never attacked his entire life, but he was always paranoid, always loyal to his leaders, and stayed hidden, and believed the war was still going on for nearly 29 years. Can you imagine this? When loyalty becomes so extreme, it sounds like, I don't want to be offensive, stupidity. I tried to, but I don't know if it sounded correct. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. So for 29 years, he was hiding. He was paranoid. He was ready to defend his country. The world wars resulted in immense human casualties and destruction. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I hate war. War should never be an answer. If you want to solve, play football or any Olympic game, or wrestling or MMA, and the winner from your country basically defended your country. It should be like this. For example, let's say Palestine versus Israel. Don't fight. Have a football match. The winning team gets the freedom. Gets the victory, because it's not about freedom of Israel, I think. It's only about Palestine. But you get the idea. The winner gets the win. So, in 1974, a Japanese explorer finally found him and bought his old commanding officer. So, in 1974, Onoda found his commanding officer, now an elderly man, to the island. Only when his officer formally ordered him to stand down did Onoda lay down his rifle. He bowed down. He returned to Japan at 52 years old. The world he came back to was unrecognizable. His boss, or the commanding officer, said, "I didn't tell you to hide this long. The war was over, idiot." The world he came back to was unrecognizable. His parents had died. His country had moved on. Nearly 3 decades of his life he wasted because his commanding officer said, do not give up, do not kill yourself, stay hidden." And he stayed loyal to his promise. Not because he wanted a war, but because he was extremely loyal. And he thought to believe it could end. He didn't lose his life, but he lost his time. He wasted 30 years of his life for nothing. And that's sometimes the saddest loss of all. He couldn't see his parents. He couldn't see anybody. He never got a chance to have his own family. He just stuck to his promise and stayed loyal. He was the perfect soldier, but I think he's also very stupid. This is not loyalty, this is insanity. And he got so delusional, he got so hypnotized by it, that even when he heard the war is over, it's not like he wasn't informed. People around him said, the war is over, get out already. But he thought, you're tricking me. You're here to kill me, aren't you? You know? I think he got mentally ill. Hello, brother. Like 16 done. 16 likes. How many likes I got? 16? Ghost stories with me. You sound like another channel like me. Welcome. Every time people comment, I do check their channels out, by the way. Not always. Ghost stories. What me? I see 17 likes. Eleanor always sees one more, and that makes me happy. Because she probably sees the actual like number. Actual like numbers. 15 people voted. Haha, I am Tanvir. Oh, so you're with another channel, another account. Thank you very much. So you basically logged into your other account and checked my stream. You can subscribe if you want to. That's gonna give me one more. Thank you very much. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. In an episode of Malcolm in the Middle, a character was the perfect soldier, because he followed orders mindlessly. I think it was a tribute to Hiro Onoda. Yeah, of course, brother. Thank you very much. So maybe Hiro Onoda was like this. He was a perfect soldier. He gonna put even Captain America to shame, you know? Captain America is, in my opinion, the perfect soldier. He's not like very insane. He's not an idiot. He knows when to use his head, but he's very perfect with his promises and loyalty. Subscribe, done. Thank you. Gracias, mi amigo. Eleanor, say if this accent was correct. Gracias, mi amigo. Gracias, mi amigo. Bienvenidos in my channel, in me channel, right? Channel, how do you say channel in Spanish? Bienvenidos en mi channel. In me channel. Bon appetit. I'm not eating anything. Are you eating something? In Bangladesh, it's midnight and you're still awake, so it means you are perfect for this channel. You are perfect for this channel. What if I say Spanish with an Italian accent? Gracias, mi amigo. Gracias. Gracias, mi amigo. I see 4. One is Eleanor. One is Ghost Stories with me. Another one is me, of course. Hola. Hola, ¿cómo estás? YouTube now giving auto dub option. to many creators. Not every creator though. Some channels don't require this. YouTube will. I think YouTube selects manually. I don't think AI is doing it. They manually selecting channels. Like since my channel focusing on storytelling and it's international, my audience is international, so YouTube gave me this option. A lot of cooking channel, for example, I don't think they're gonna give it to them. If you talk, that's different. But if you don't talk, just music and making videos, probably no. And if your channel is too local, too focused in one country, I don't think they're gonna get auto dubbing. And of course, channels are not even a proper channel. They will never gonna get that. I'm talking about auto dubbing. Auto dubbing. So I feel very grateful that YouTube gave me that option too. Not every channel gonna get them, YouTube said. Some channels who don't even like channels basically focusing where they talk like it's basically international kind. I think only they gonna get it. Even though I don't have any Spanish audience, Spanish speaking audience yet, YouTube gave me Spanish. YouTube didn't give me like Japanese. A lot of people got the Japanese auto dubbing. I didn't get that one. Maybe because in Japan my channel was never introduced. Brother, what was the temperature there? It's kinda cold, but in my room it's not that cold. It's kinda cold. The whole world is experiencing winter, but few, such as Argentina. Illinois is from Argentina and her country is suffering. Why? Because it's so hot now. They celebrate Christmas during summer. Norway is kind of cold, but you're wearing a tank top. As I said, in my room, to me, when the temperature is like 14, 15, it's not cold enough for me to wear anything warmer. Even a regular t-shirt. I'm either shirtless or tank top. You know? It's nothing. It's nothing for my skin. And the fan is off. That's enough to tell you that it's cold. Yeah. Let's read another story like that, shall we? What do you mean by I run hot? I think I'm pretty mid temperature kind of guy. Like I don't feel too cold nor too hot. Yeah, I think I can feel easily. That's how people say it. Is that a laptop, brother? No, it's a computer. I don't have a laptop. Oh, yeah, I understand what you mean. No, it's not a laptop. It's a computer, a desktop. Let me show you. It's a desktop. It's a desktop. It is a desktop. It is a desktop. I didn't know this way of saying it, but I got it. Well, nice one. Thank you. Where do you live exactly in Bangladesh? in Dhaka. In Dhaka. Dhaka is the capital of Bangladesh. Do you like India? Bangladeshi people hate India. Or maybe they don't. Tell me, do you hate India? If yes, tell me why. Who says you don't understand English? You understand English very well. Okay, so you love India, but is it true in Bangladesh most people hate India? I'm not saying that I'm from Bangladesh or India. I'm not gonna reveal it. I'm not taking any sides. I'm just curious to know if that's true. If that's true. It is 4 a.m. Yeah, brother. Many people is now hate India. Many people now hates India, right? Many people hate India. Makes sense. I hate India for one big reason. They scam a lot. I've been scammed a couple of times. But a guy from Nepal also scammed me once. So I shouldn't generalize. I'm ready to read another story. In the 19, but don't hate India. Not everyone scams. I know. I'm not saying I hate the entire country. But the majority of them are scamming now. I heard they have offices as if it's a work, it's a job. A lot of guys are going to work feeling the same atmosphere, the same vibe as if they have an actual job. But in reality, they will go to the office, sit and scam people and they consider it a work, a job. Embarrassing. How stupid you have to be to say that you're actually working. It's not a work. Stealing is not a work. In fact, when you beg playing a guitar and somebody is donating, that's that's a work. That's a job. I can still call that a job. When you're earning the money, it's a job. But when you're stealing, it's not a job. And I heard a lot of delusional Indians think that that's a work. That's their job, 8 to 5 job. Stupid. In the 1990s, in a small coastal town, there lived a teenage girl named Elena. Elena, okay, your YouTube name is here. Elena. Brother, I'm not gonna tell you the time because if I do, you're gonna understand. You're gonna find out my country. I decided to keep this a secret for now. Yeah, Elena. Her father was a fisherman who went out to sea for weeks at a time. Before every trip, he promised her the same thing. I'll write to you. And he did. How about I wear the mask and say a story? Let's see how it feels. It's gonna feel funny, for sure. It's gonna feel so funny to read this story. Gonna feel so funny to read the story. Wearing a mask, wearing a mask. It's gonna feel so weird. It feels so weird. You know, a lot of narrow-minded people gonna judge me for this. Like, you're an adult man, and you're being so silly, having a big head, wearing a mask at your age. And I have two words for them. I can't say the bad word because it's gonna be risky. I can't even censor it because I'm streaming. So I'll say two words. I have two words for you. Screw you. And and now you can translate it into a very extreme version. You don't have to translate it like you interpret it or whatever you want to do it. I want to tell you. Let me read a story. Now, every few days, Elena received handwritten letters. He rode over the ocean, the weather, the stars at night. He asked about her school, her drawings, her dreams. She answered every one of them carefully, folding the paper. Is my audio loud and clear, by the way? I hope the mask isn't blocking it. Elena and Ghost Story. Tell me. Tell me if... Gracias, Yarador. Gracias. Let's continue. Look in my eyes. What do you see? I think I'm gonna restart the story. The momentum is gone. I see just two. Two people. I need more people to continue the story. Now I see three. Whoever the third one is, you shall say something. Say something now, so that I can acknowledge you. Okay, whatever. Okay, Ghost Stories with me says, but I just asked the time, not country, because I understand. You don't reveal your country now, asking all that like, but still you can understand if I say the timing. But I'll tell you one thing. It's midnight. It's very late. That's it. That's all you get. For now. In the 1990s, in a small coastal town, there lived a teenage girl named Elena. Her father was a fisherman who went out to sea for weeks at a time. Before every trip, he promised her the same thing. I'll write to you. And he did. Every few days, Elena received handwritten letters. He wrote about the ocean, the weather, the stars at night. He asked about her school, her drawings, her dreams. She answered every one of them carefully. Folding the paper the same way he taught her. He taught her, okay. Then one winter, the letters stopped. Weeks passed, then months. One afternoon, a man from the harbor came to their house. He didn't come inside. He didn't sit down. Elena learned that her father's boat had been found drifting. He didn't come inside. No, okay, I read that already. I apologize. Elena learned that her father's boat had been found drifting. Empty. No body, no answers. Years passed. Elena grew up. She moved away. But she never stopped writing to him. On birthdays, on holidays, when life felt heavy. She wrote and wrote, never expecting a reply. What happened? What do you think? The eyes are scary, yeah. They're supposed to be. It feels like if I smile, the mask shows it a little bit, like the mask smiles with me. It's actually expressing, even though it's a plastic mask. It's not a rubber mask. Let's see what happened if he was a ghost or not. She kept writing to him anyways, even though he didn't come back and he never wrote a single letter. One day, decades later, she returned to her childhood home to help clear it out. Okay, one day, decades later, she returned to her childhood home to help clear it out before it was sold. In the attic, she found a dusty wooden crate. She'd never seen it before. Inside were every single letter she had sent, unopened, still sealed, with stamps that had never been cancelled. The harbor master later explained what no one had told her as a child. Her father had paid in advance to have all her letters sent back to him, to be opened when he came home. He never did. Some people don't disappear all at once. Sometimes they fade, letter by letter. So her father basically died. I'm not a good actor because my mask just fell off. But yeah, I'm confident that I can act if I ever get a chance. I would love to act as a supervillain or a spooky character or a superhero. But I know I'm never gonna get a superhero role. That's a very hard one to get. But who knows? I'll be so fortunate to get one. But I can do both. So, the dad was basically very thoughtful. He created this story that I'm actually going far. Keep writing me, and I'll write back to you. You know? But he actually died. And when the daughter grew up, she found out the truth. It's actually pretty sad, not a scary story. And it's a true story, by the way. It is a true story. A true story. Yeah, his acting with the story is beautiful and interesting. The mask is creepy. Uh, Smile. What do you mean by smile? I can't smile. It cannot smile. Okay, another one. I should stay in character. You said the masculine. Yeah, exactly. Think and focus. Think I'm smiling behind that mask. It feels like the mask is smiling too. Even though nothing is moving, it feels like the mask is pretty expressive. To be honest, wearing this mask makes me feel a little weird. Let's read the next story, shall we? Yeah, I know, because the shadow. Because of the shadow. Let's read. I live alone in a small apartment, and every night I brushed my teeth in front of the bathroom mirror. Nothing unusual until last week. I was brushing my teeth when I noticed something strange. My reflection didn't move exactly like me. I paused mid-brush, and my reflection kept moving. Slowly, it raised. What the hell? I thought my phone was about to fall. Don't. Okay. Let me just check. Let me check. Let's continue. I was brushing my teeth when I noticed something strange. My reflection didn't move exactly like me. I paused mid-brush, and my reflection kept moving slowly. It raised its hand, waved, while I stayed still. Heart pounding, I blinked. When I opened my eyes, it was normal again. I laughed nervously, telling myself I was tired. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every sound made me jump. Around 3 a.m., I heard something in the bathroom. The faint sound of footsteps. I grabbed my phone and flipped on the flashlight. The bathroom was empty. The mirror reflected nothing unusual. Or so I thought. Then I saw it. My reflection was standing behind me, smiling, and it wasn't me. I spun around, empty. I looked back at the mirror. My reflection was gone. But on the counter, written in the Condensation. Written in the condensation from the sink were the words, "Thanks for letting me out." Did you get what happened? Any confusion? Any confusion? Let me have some water. Bloody Mary. Baby. I like it too. Should I change that to the black and white filter, that CCTV one? Her reflection was alive. Exactly. It was alive. Do you ever feel weird while looking at yourself in the mirror? Like with this with this mask, you mean? Or in general? As I said, if I keep looking at myself long enough, I do see a creepy face. And that happens with everybody. Everybody. But by saying weird, what do you mean exactly? I don't understand. But I understand that thing where if you keep looking at yourself, your face changes. Optical illusion. You feel that type of weirdness, like it gonna move? No, I don't think I felt that. Imagine if it actually happened. Let's read a story about the mirror then. But it never moves, of course. Are you sure? Are you sure? In Bangladesh, the time is 4:39. It's 4:39 there now, right? I see. I should buy a different color headband because this is not that scary looking. But it actually gives a gives an authentic vibe. Are you saying hi or bye? I think you're saying bye. That makes sense. Since it's 4:39 a.m. Almost morning. After a few minutes, you're gonna see the sun. Wow, brother, your typing skill is very beautiful. Really? Yeah, my typing is very. I think in my. Let me just remember, try to remember if anybody is faster than I am. I don't think anybody is faster than I am around me. You know how they became so fast? It's because I play a lot of video games, and I think again it vibrated. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Yeah, I type too fast, I know that. Thanks to my video games. I remember a story. A cousin was saying, I'm gonna do a course. What the hell? Okay. I hope it's okay now. Am I lagging? Am I lagging? Yeah, new. It's not a new mouse, it's the same old one. It's the same old one. By the way, I've been streaming since 2 a.m., I guess. I don't remember. Whatever. It's been all. You're not like. Okay, I'm not lagging. So, as I was saying the story. So, a cousin was saying that I'm gonna do a course. It's like around 2012 or 13. I asked, what type of course? He said, I'm gonna do a typing course. I asked, why? He said, because I want to type faster. A lot of jobs, a lot of jobs requires you to type quickly. I said, uh, just play video games, man. My typing is super fast, all because of the games. And he said, that's just you. It doesn't work for everyone. I said, just try. And he said, his opinion was, it doesn't work on everyone. It's just you were good at it. That's just personal. That's a skill you have. You always had that potential. So while playing video games, you automatically got quicker. It won't work on me. Exactly. Practice makes perfect, but practice with interest. You're typing fast. Yeah, you text a lot. That's why, because you're texting with interest, right? Same thing. If you're using a computer and you're doing something with the keyboard you're interested in, it doesn't have to be video games. Anything. If interest is locked, you automatically get quicker, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. But I'm not gonna say video games are all fun with the keyboard always. I just adapted it. Like when I used to play with the controller, I realized I play better racing games with the controller, but fighting games I'm always better at keyboard. So maybe that's a skill. Like I always had that skill. I don't know. Oh, I don't have a controller because I'm comfortable using keyboard. But I will have. It's just I'm not playing a lot of video games these days. Every now and then I would just play some fighting games and that's it. Okay, let's read this story. I wanted to sleep in the live. Okay, you. Oh, you meant you fell asleep during the live. Yeah, you can. You may sleep while I'm talking, but if I keep talking, you're gonna feel disturbed, right? So maybe you should go to sleep. I'm about to go as well in a bit. After I finish this story, maybe then. But before I continue, I would like to wash my cup. I was having tea, remember? Okay, I'm back. What was that? Is that a ghost in the window? What? What did you see? Can you explain it? But first, let me put my black mask on. I don't understand. Eleanor, can you confirm that? Did you guys actually see something? What did you see? I feel so stupid doing that. But I didn't see anything. Okay, so you didn't see anything, but he saw something. Ghost story with me. Tanvir saw something. What did you see? No, brother, no mask, only the cute face. I don't have a cute face. Come on. That's a very manly face. I'm gonna read a story, and whatever I'm gonna read now, I'm gonna clip that and make a short later. Okay? So let's read it. I hope it's a good one. I hope a cute manly face. Thank you very much. Even the light, this light was supposed to make me spooky. The mask is actually pretty cute, don't you think? Like, look at the nose. A cute nose. Somebody, like, I don't understand. How many likes I have? Tell me that first. 17, right? I think it was 18. Somebody took back their like. This is so mean. Don't give gifts if you wanna take it back. It's so mean. It is so mean. Oh. So whatever I'm gonna read now, I will make a creepy little YouTube short and then post it. I'll upload that one. Let's hear it. I have to be this way because it's gonna be a short. I want people to understand that my face is actually very big. Bigger. than your body. Should I wear a hoodie? I think I should wear a hoodie. No, I should not wear a hoodie. Why am I getting confused? Just read it already. Just read it already. The dogs are barking again. Shut up! Let the dogs stop first. Who let the dogs out? Okay. No, they didn't stop yet. I inherited an old lady vanity mirror from my grandmother. It was beautiful, with an ornate gold frame and a slight tarnish at the edges. My grandmother warned me once, jokingly. Be careful what you see Okay, sorry. Let me read it in a grandma voice. Be careful what you see in it at night. I laughed at it off. One night, I was home alone, scrolling on my phone. The apartment was quiet, except for the soft hum of the refrigerator. Yes, it is a horror story. I glanced up at the mirror. My reflection started back. Hold on a second. I said I'm gonna make a short out of it, so why the hell am I reading it in a joking way? Let me read it properly from the beginning. Restart. And it's actually a little hard to speak with this mask because the air is like, playing inside. I inherited an old vanity mirror from the I need a creepy start. I inherited an old vanity mirror from the grandmother. A very fun-loving grandmother. It was beautiful, with an ornate gold frame and a slight tarnish at the edges. My grandmother warned me once jokingly. Be careful what you see in it at night. I laughed it off. One night I was home alone scrolling on my phone. The apartment was quiet, except for the soft hum of the refrigerator. Refrigerators don't hum, it makes static noise as far as I'm concerned. I glanced up at the mirror. My reflection stared back normal, tired, scrolling on her phone. Huh? Then I noticed odd behind me. In the reflection only, a woman was standing. She wasn't in the room. Her hair was long and black, hanging over her face, and she didn't move. Just stared. I spun around. Nothing. The apartment was empty. I looked back at the mirror. The woman was closed now. My reflection was still there, but she was smiling, slowly. Her smile widened until it was unnatural, stretching across her face in a way I had never seen. I ran out of the room, but when I came back with a flashlight, the woman was gone. I told myself it was my imagination. That night, I slept in the living room. The next morning, I walked past the mirror and froze. Writing in foggy fingerprints on the glass were the words says, "Why are you running? I'm already here. I moved the mirror into storage, but sometimes late at night, I swear, I can still see her in the corner of it, just behind my shoulder, smiling. The story was a little trippy and confusing, but yeah, it was creepy. This is the last story of the day, of the night. I'm gonna read some more tomorrow, hopefully. And I'm not leaving now, I'm just staying here. I'll stay here a little bit more, but I'm done reading stories. I have to save, I can't just finish every single stories I got. I have to research some more and pick the good ones. I like it. This one was good. Let's see if it was short worthy. Because, with YouTube Shorts, they might take less time to make, but they need a lot of effort to grab attention. Because people who love watching shorts, you don't have enough time to get their attention. You have to grab their attention in few seconds. It's very hard. Trust me. A lot of people gonna say, your shorts, they're easy. No, they're harder than longer videos. Trust me on that. Because it's easy to swipe. They're gonna find you easily, true, but they're gonna swipe away very easily too. But when you watch long form videos, you actually decide that you're gonna watch it and you're gonna watch a little bit. You're gonna like, you're committed basically. And shorts are mostly watched by the younger audience. They have attention span like a goldfish. They're very ADHD. So it's a different art form. But content is content. I will make shorts, I will stream, and every now and then I will make long form videos. The reason I'm not gonna make too much long form videos because it doesn't pay off very well. Like I make it's like you work too much for it and you get very little. But shorts and live streaming, they're actually giving more views. Vertical things are working too much because everybody's holding a phone and new generation prefers watching vertical stuff. I heard a story from a content creator. He says, "Do you know I'm like to a kid who's a cousin of him or something." So his cousin was saying, "Dude, I didn't know there was a long form videos on YouTube. I thought everything was the same, Reels, Shorts, TikTok." And he said YouTube was making long form videos since forever. You just found it out that I make long form videos, so you've been watching my shorts all the time thinking that that's all I make?" And the kid said, "Yeah, I never watched your long form videos. So the generation is different now." And I'm a greedy bastard. I'm not gonna focus in one format. I will try all three. The frequency gonna vary, but I'll try making all three. I want all my tabs active. If you love watching long form videos, go ahead and check my long form videos. If you love shorts, go ahead and check my shorts. The shorts are a little bit random sometimes, that's the only difference, but it works. I see another person just joined. Who are you? Show yourself. Sometimes Sometimes I feel like experimenting. Brother, I'm scared by your acting. Sorry about that, but scaring is the part of the job, since it's a horror channel. Sometimes I feel like experimenting by cutting it up like this, but then again, it's gonna make me look like a superhero. But I kinda wanna Make it half. Like that WWE wrestler, Kane. Let me show you what I mean. Let me show you what I mean. What type of mask? Not exactly like him, but if I cut, maybe it's gonna give that creepy vibe. I don't know. I don't know. You know, the reason I'm just tidying up my hair so that the filter can understand the head. When the hair is messy, it just suffers. I'm show you what type of mask I mean. You wait. Wait. You're gonna see what I actually mean. What It's not behaving this type. I'm not saying I'm gonna replicate this. No, not at all. I'm just trying to tell you the concept. Where my mouth is open, it's gonna make me feel the oxygen better. I'll be able to talk loudly. But it's not necessary. It's not like it's annoying me. I'm comfortable. I'm very comfortable. I am a very comfortable. Yeah. So this is the idea. I hope you understand. But I'm afraid. What if I ruin it? What if I ruin it? Masks are expensive for some reason. I don't understand it. It's not a realistic mask. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do. One thing is weird about me. Even though I can use all my fingers to type, sometimes I just use two fingers jokingly. I don't know why, but these four fingers are enough to write everything. It's like it's a flex. One time my uncle saw that and he was like, "How do you type that way? It looks so uncomfortable. Just four fingers this way." Okay. I see. I wish I reached 20 likes today, but I couldn't manage to make my friends join today. It's not like a lot of friends join, just one or two, and they were offline today the whole time. No, yeah, I know I'm close, but it's okay. I wanted to break my record from the last stream. I think Ghost Story, what was his name again? Let me remember, I'm very bad with names. Tonville. I think he fell asleep. My face is gonna fall off if I keep scratching. I see hearts. Do you see hearts when I when I react my own stream? Oh, so you're still here. Oh, if possible, brother, do check some of my shorts. I'm not gonna tell you to check the long form because I know they're time consuming. Watch some of the shorts first. Drop a like, maybe. You can drop likes if you want, but watch some shorts and then decide if you want to watch anything long. Just give this channel a boost. Every single thing you do, every single reactions, engagement counts. Okay, so you can see the heart. Let me see it again. Check that one out. I'm doing some bunch of hundreds. This is unfair. You know why? Like, if I'm reacting this way, and I'll get a lot of, actually, they're meaningless. It's not like they're that helpful. You can't see how many hearts. So I think it's just to play around. But I was about to say, if I can do that, I can give myself this many hearts. It's kind of unfair. Then I'm gonna get a lot of hearts for free. But then I realized they're not beneficial. It's just to play around. But I think they're beneficial a little bit, but not when I do. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I did try to reach a friend, but he just ghosted. Otherwise, I would say, can you drop a like, please? We need to ring. It is time for me to end the stream, and I will. Stop being so greedy, and it's time to say goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow. Let me unmask myself. I'll see you tomorrow, for sure. If everything goes right. Usually, I face a lot of obstacles. You know, number three short is my favorite. It was very beautiful and nice one. Thank you very much. You're a champ. You don't understand English very well, still you try to support, and I respect that. That that's something you need to learn a language. You gotta love that language. Okay. She says take care as if she's actually going. Okay. Adios everyone. We're gonna talk tomorrow again.